Hello, check, check, check. Hello, check, check, check. Check, check, check. Hello, check, check. All right, I can hear myself. All right, welcome everybody to the show. How's everyone doing today? A little long day today. Still not done yet. Hope there's wait for a few people to stroll on in here. Mm-hmm. Wait for a few people to come in. Hello, hello. All right. Yeah, I'm still here. I can't. Yeah, I'm still here. Oh crap! Hold on. Yeah, as I was saying, I normally put the articles on another browser, but that's it won't allow me to um put it on that browser. Just give me a few minutes here. Give me a few minutes and I'll be right back. All right, I think I got it. All right, let's see. All right. I believe that is it. All right. Okay. Can you all hear me? If so, we can rock. I'm like, can you all hear me? All right, let's go. Okay. Jeremy Allaire tells Senate panel we need new definitions of digital assets as a new digital asset class. Speaking at today's U.S. Senate hearing on cryptocurrencies, entitled Examining Regulatory Frameworks for Digital Currencies and Blockchain, Circle CEO Jeremy Allaire tells regulators that it's imperative to distinguish between a decentralized cryptocurrency, such as Bitcoin, and the digital currency project Libra. and that lawmakers also need to address the custody of digital currencies and how they are classified. Alaire believes the best course of action is to create a new classification of cryptocurrencies. Says Alaire, it's very easy when one hears about Bitcoin or Libra to assume that this is the same stuff. So I think one of the very first things for regulators and policymakers is to really distinguish between the differences, types of digital assets that are emerging. In addition to needing clear regulations for Bitcoin and its many cousins, Alaire says it's important for regulators to understand their business of custody. Regulations around the custody of digital assets is a really critical need and something that a number of jurisdictions have actually put forward and built very specific rules around how we how do we custody these type of digital assets. Alaire also highlights blockchain, which underpins Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, as a revolutionary technology. Some of the most innovative technology in this field are what I call blockchain platforms. And these are really general purpose infrastructure for record keeping, transaction processing, writing code that executes different types of contracts. And this is, I think, one of the most important aspects of blockchain technology. Ah, crap. Really? I didn't turn it off. Oh my God. Hold on. Let me see something. Okay, here. I don't think I turned my mic off last time. I could have sworn I had it on because I asked you all, can you hear me? I know CR Frank said, yeah, and then I just started reading. I don't know. Let me bring that last article up though. Where is it at? Here we go. Yep, this is it. Let me try it. I'm gonna have to turn. Yeah. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna turn my phone on, so if you hear feedback, that's my phone. I'm gonna share my screen here to see if it does it again. I'm gonna turn my phone on, so if you hear feedback, that's my phone. I'm gonna share my screen here. All right. I'm gonna read this article. Some senators call on U.S. to lead in blockchain and crypto. Others doubt. Let's see. The United States Commission on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs has ended the hearing on examining regulatory frameworks for turn this down, for digital currencies and blockchain today, July 30th, which was Tuesday. Circle CEO Jim Mueller, Rebecca M. Nelson, which is a specialist in international trade and finance, and Mercer Baradarian, a professor of law at the University of California, Irvine School of Law, all testified before the committee. I sound like I'm still on. Lawmakers want the U.S. to lead in blockchain. Senator Michael Crapo of Idaho began the hearing saying that cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology are inevitable and could be beneficial, further noting that the U.S. should establish itself as a global leader in this sector. Crapo concluded, and I do quote, I want the U.S. to stay at the forefront of this technology, which both has incredible potential and incredible risk. Senator Catherine Marie Cortez Masto of Nevada said that she believes in the potential of blockchain and the importance of leading in this technology over China. Um, I'm going to stop here because it goes into the Facebook Libra concerns. During this hearing, which was about an hour to hour and a half long, they really conflated Facebook Libra with cryptocurrencies, and it shows that they don't have a good grasp on what cryptocurrencies is because they kept asking Jeremy Allaire about Facebook Libra, and he is the CEO of Circle. which is backed by one of its backers is Goldman Sachs. And I was, to be honest, I was embarrassed to look at this. I was really embarrassed because they kept asking this lawyer, Mercer Baradaran, which is not in, she's not even in the crypto and blockchain sector as like, a person that's in the trenches day after day in this. And they gave her much of the talking time. Nothing was nothing was shared in terms of, okay, this can lead to some type of regulation. It was just, oh, there's no banks in some areas. I'm like, it was just a bunch of, I don't know. It was embarrassing. But some senators, which I'm going to say that's a small sum, wants the U.S. to lead in blockchain and crypto because they have to, because this is a global thing. This is not like your local um, stock exchange. This is a global thing, and you have smaller countries that are taking this on and running with it. Meanwhile, America is leaving you in limbo with these type of mum of regulations. I I believe in the future. Well, obviously, the sun's going to become the great. The point is, how soon are they going to make a pivot in order to pass regulation for cryptocurrencies and blockchain? If they wait too long, then you're gonna, excuse me, you're gonna be playing a from behind game where you got to catch up with everybody else, and you're gonna make mistakes. So it's we'll see, we'll see. One moment. Let me now I do have to hope this isn't playing. It's playing. Let me mute my mic 1 minute because something's slowing down on my computer. I don't know what's why is this so. Okay, apologies. Didn't want to put the whole articles on this browser because everything goes slow. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see if I can put this over here. There we go. Okay. Don't slow up on me. Okay. There we go. Cryptocurrency regulation necessary to keep firms in U.S. says Circle. So this is the piggyback on the previous article. See Circle. Um, last week I believe. I think it was last week. They move a lot of their international services to Bermuda because Bermuda passed a legislation that enables them to take full advantage of their um, services that they're going to offer international people. So they didn't move, their entire offices. They moved a good portion in order for them to serve the international community. So he actually addressed this. He was asked, "Hey, why did Circle move to Bermuda?" And he told them straight. I forgot what senator asked him this, and he told them straight up, "Hey, um, the regulations here in America are not favorable to some of our investment products. Um, I forgot, I'm trying to think of the law that Bermuda passed, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. But Bermuda passed a law in 2018. Now Circle is taking advantage of that. What he's saying is, hey, you already forbid Bittrex from serving U.S. customers. You already forbid BitMEX, which is the second largest exchange, from serving U.S. customers. Period. Even though U.S. customers are, doing uh, things to get around those blockings, you're you're cutting a lot of American customers off of investments in firms coming in to do business in America. The only exchanges in America are Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini. I think I'm missing one more, but that's a lot of business. It's not in America in terms of the cryptocurrency and blockchain, as far as the cryptocurrency area. So what he's trying to tell Congress is, hey, you need to pass this regulation to attract and keep firms in America that are in this um, space. Chat here. Also, you all please like the push the like button as you all come in. Thought I had this. Let's call this stream. This stream yard down packed with a few kinks, but all in all, it's pretty good. How you doing, Diaspora EL? How you doing, Rainy Woman? How you doing, Dollar Will? How you doing, DE? How you doing, Brown Love? CR Frank? Albert Bird. As you all come in, please hit the like button. Um, I don't know if you all. I don't know how many of you all even saw clips, because normally what happens is when there's hearings, CNBC play little clips here and there, but I don't know if you all saw any clips of the the hearing that went on Tuesday concerning cryptocurrencies and blockchain. Um, but it was okay. Nothing was really hashed out, ironed out. Yeah, scroll down here. And please hit the like button as you all come in. So let's go ahead and get to the next article. Bittrex launches crypto platform for Middle East following new partnership. All right, Bittrex cryptocurrency exchange is partnering with Bahrain-based crypto exchange and custodian provider Rain Management (WLL) to launch a digital asset trading platform for customers in the Middle East and North Africa. The new platform will purportedly combine Rain's staff and expertise in the MENA region, which is Middle East, North Africa, with Bitrex's technology and security infrastructure, according to an announcement on July 31. The platform will offer all the tokens that are currently available on Bittrex and Bittrex International. It will also offer 4 Bitcoin trading pairs with local fiat currencies: the Bahraini dinar, the Kuwaiti dinar, the United Arab Emirates dirham, and the Saudi riyal. According to the announcement, the new digital asset trading platform is the first to be fully licensed in MENA. Rain purportedly took part in the regulatory sandbox of Bahrain Central Bank, which launched in February 2019. As such, the firm operates under the so-called crypto asset legal framework established by the Central Bank of Bahrain, or CBB. Earlier today, Rain announced that it became the first cryptocurrency exchange in the Middle East to receive a regulatory license in the form of a crypto asset module license from the CBB. So, what's the significance of this? Um, in the Middle East, per cultural and religious law, holding an asset that pays what's what asset that pays not interest but uh I think interest. I think that's the word they use, is not looked upon as something that is approved in per just scriptures in these areas. So it's been hard to create an investment vehicle that the many people in an area can invest in. Um, Ethereum is trying. I read reports a couple months ago that Ethereum is trying, but this is significant because now you have a trading platform that is accepted, and now people, as a whole, I'm sure people individually was invested in cryptocurrency in the area, but as a whole, can actually invest in cryptocurrency, and it's approved per culture and religious norms. How you doing, J-Bo? How you doing? SVYCEO. Hello, hello. So yeah, that's the significance of this because before it was hard to break into that area of the world because of their cultural and religious norms. Now you're seeing headways break through. Well, firms break through and actually offer investment vehicles for the masses to invest in cryptocurrencies and have it be all right. Like I said, I'm pretty sure people individually were investing in these products before. All right, let's get to the next one. Former Mt. Gox CEO Carpellis must face class action, judge rules. Mark Carpellis, former CEO of the early Bitcoin exchange Mt. Gox, must face a class action lawsuit brought in Philadelphia over the firm's collapse in 2014. According to a Reuters post on Monday, District Judge Robert Kelly has refused Carpellis' request to dismiss the suit, which alleges that the former CEO had concealed issues at the exchange from its users. Mike Rich says all he uses is Bittrex. Okay. A court document on the ruling indicates that the case has been brought by a former former customer of Mt. Gox, Gregory Pierce, on his own behalf and others affected by the failure of the exchange. He hopes that Carpellis, who was the sole controlling force of the Tokyo based exchange, knew there were security bugs in the system, but did not make these defects known to the public. Tokyo, Japan is home. Well, Japan as a whole is home to two of the worst crypto hacks in the industry. This um, Mt. Gox hack in 2014 and CoinCheck in 2018. I think it was March or May. I think March of 2018. The CoinCheck was like $500 million. Mt. Gox was so early and it was the first one. That's why it's famous. Um, there's people. Remember, this was 2014. There was people who had like a couple thousand of Bitcoin trading it. So you have to see why they are so mad. They want their money back. No precedent has been set yet outside Binance, but Binance kind of settled that on their own. But no precedence has been set yet in terms of crypto exchanges being hacked and what to do. Mt. Gox was the first one, and they're still going through it. There's been a lot of exchanges that's been hacked, but no one has set a standard or precedence on what to do when you get hacked. Binance did. They had a SafeFood fund. They repaid everybody back from that fund. But that's the only thing. This you got to be careful about putting your money on exchange or leaving your crypto on exchanges because they will get hacked. Especially when a proper bull market comes, these exchanges are going to be more susceptible to more hacks, more sophisticated hacks, and not just from one person or one team, but multiple people at the same time trying to get that prize. So you have to be careful. Take your crypto off of these exchanges. I know you're not going to listen, but you need, come on and listen. Looking at the chat here. How you doing? Wacky World. CR Frank, Rainy Woman, South Cheek. How you doing? It's also, please remember to, okay, my browser a little bit slow here. Please remember to hit the like button as you come in. If you like the show, please comment also. We would appreciate it. If you'd like to get on, let me know. Obviously, today it's the first day of no Google Hangouts, so we're using a specific other browsing, not browsing, but streaming networks. But let me know if you'd like to get on. I'll send the link and also hit that subscribe button, that like button, and enjoy the show. One moment. Okay, so excuse me, I had to drink something, went down the wrong pipe. Okay. Cam's USA pleads guilty to Bitcoin-enabled dark web opioid conspiracy. A Florida man has pled guilty to the participating in a multi-million-dollar Bitcoin-enabled drug dealing conspiracy and money laundering. According to a July 25th press release from the United States Attorney Office of the Southern District of New York, the defendant, Richard Castro, pled guilty to money laundering and to conspiracy to distribute three controlled opioid substances over both the dark web and via encrypted emails. Castro, who operated under multiple monikers such as, Cam's USA, Chemical USA, and Jagger 109, sold narcotics for Bitcoin and has agreed to forfeit a little over $4 million, including the funds in 7 different BTC wallet addresses. The three substances illicitly sold between fall 2015 and spring 2019 by Castro and his co-defendant and conspirator Luis Fernandez were the synthetic opioids carfentanil, fentanyl, and phenylfentanyl. The list of these fentanyl is significantly stronger than heroin. The press release notes, while it refers to carfentanil as around 100 times stronger than fentanyl. Um, where is it? Is it here? Yep. Get this. Get this. Castro had boasted on the dark web marketplace of completing over 3,200 transactions on other markets, including over 1,800 on Alphabay. The press release cites comments. Am I still live? Okay. The press release cites comments from Castro's dark web clients. Comments, actually posted comments such as extremely potent and definitely the real carf. And the carfence is unbelievable. Well synthesized. Keep up the amazing work. Think about it. They either got to be selling this or taking it. Okay, the reason, that I felt that was funny. Now, the reason I put this on the docket was because he did the drug dealing from between 2015 and 2019. You have to understand that it is a blockchain. It is a ledger. It's a continuously updated ledger. It's not going anywhere. Multiple people have a copy of the ledger. And the transactions that was done from the beginning up to now are still on that ledger. Anyone, you, me, everybody in this chat, everybody on YouTube who has a computer can go to bitcoin.org and download the blockchain. The point I'm trying to get at is this. The point I'm trying to get at is this. Criminals are not going to be using this Bitcoin and this Bitcoin as for drug dealing because their transactions are going to be on the blockchain, even though it's pseudonymous, not pseudo, pseudonymous. Once you put a face to that public key, it's a wrap. Not only is it a wrap, but it's like a tree. Okay, you own this one, this public address. You send money to this address, and this address, and this address. Who's all this? Who's this? So now it becomes a domino effect. If you are a criminal or a drug dealer in this case, whatever transactions you make, you want them to be forgotten. They will not be forgotten on public blockchain. Oh no! They will be remembered. And let's paint a picture. You were a drug dealer back in 2013, right? Yes, you. And you say, I'm out the game. I'm out. I can't do this anymore. It's too dangerous. It's too dangerous. I'm gonna go straight. And you go straight. You go to school, get a diploma, degree, a professional, degree, and your life is straight. 2019, 2020 rolling around, you feel good about yourself, that you feel good that you made the decision. And all of a sudden, doom. You like, who is that? Next thing you know, it's a DEA. Freeze. You're under arrest. For what? For dealing drugs back in 2013. You see where I'm going with this? Those transactions are not forgettable. They will be remembered. So no longer do you have to believe people that say, oh, only drug dealers and criminals use Bitcoin. What drug dealer do you know that wants to use Bitcoin and have their transactions, oops, a little bit too far there, and have their transactions remembered potentially forever. It don't make sense to it, does it? Bitcoin whale transfers, excuse me, 468 million for a low dollar fee, almost half a billion. Okay, I want to say respectfully, show is about crypto, not heroin or fentanyl. That's just an example. Let's stay on topic, please. Bitcoin takes a lot of criticism over its unsuitability as a payments mechanism, but when it comes to low fee transfers, the digital asset is king when compared to the fees charged by traditional remittance houses. On Monday, Well Alert, which is a crypto transaction tracking bot, tweeted that a Bitcoin whale known as Unknown Owner 26 moved 468.5 million worth of Bitcoin, which was actually 49,756 for just $374.98. He moved $500 million for under the price of two Jordans. Think about that. For two pair of Jordans, you can move $500 million. Amazing, right? And this is Well Alert. Well Alert is a Twitter page. I follow him on Twitter also, where he tweets large transaction transfers, large transactions of cryptos that are being moved. So he tweeted this out. Well, the bot tweeted that out. So I'm trying to say. While transfers of this size are a regular occurrence in the crypto world, it's worth pointing out that the transfer took place without the need of providing personal identification details or registering the transfer with local and international financial regulators. If Owner 26 had chosen to send the funds via Western Union, TransferWise, or a traditional banking institution, the fees would have been much higher. If he would have sent that through Western Union, he would have been paying $5 million. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Western Union will have gouged the living crypto out of him. Oh, the guy who sent this, it actually says at the end, the broke jeans. Well, Mike Rizzi, a lot of people don't know about Zcash or Monero. Not every criminal is well versed in the intricacies of cryptocurrency. They only know Bitcoin. You know, they're not. They're focused on getting their money and shipping the product, not okay. Which crypto I'm going to use? You know. So yeah, Mikey World said most street level drug dealers don't even know what Bitcoin is. Even if they did, most would prefer cash transactions due to them already knowing how to clean the cash. Yeah, and I agree. And I agree. The next web did a little digging, reading on. The next web did a little digging and found that a user looking to transfer 1 million worth of Bitcoin via TransferWise would still pay a substantial amount in fees. And they're saying TransferWise is the lesser of all ways this money could have been sent. TransferWise is a major provider of international remittances and alternative to remittances via big banks. Using TransferWise, the sender would be charged 0.36% in fees, which amounts to $3,628. Applying this rate to a remittance of 468.5 million will lead to the sender paying $1.6 million in fees, or $1,684,000, $800 in fees. That's a lot of money. 1.6 million, $1,684,800 in fees. Meaning he did it well. This person did it well. Did it in Bitcoin. They sent it for the price of less than $400. The fees owner 26 pay are higher than previous Bitcoin transactions of similar size. Not only did he pay less, excuse me, not only was this transaction less, but it was still higher compared to other Bitcoin transactions. Take, for example, a $212 million transfer on May 1, which costs just $3.93 in fees. The vast difference in fee size is likely to be attributed to the whale behind the $212 million transfer using a segregated witness or SegWit address. SegWit, this is a teaching moment here. Listen. I hope you got that reference. SegWit expands Bitcoin's block size limit from 1 megabyte to 4 megabytes, meaning Bitcoin's block size is around, it stays 1 megabyte. Not every block is perfectly 1 megabyte. And the result is miners can package a higher number of transactions into each block. As a result, a higher number of transactions can be confirmed simultaneously. SegWit users pay smaller fees and transactions are quicker. Now, why do they pay smaller fees? Well, miners, they use computing power. Computing power uses energy. Electricity, it uses energy. The problem is this: when you have a block size of 1 megabyte full of transactions, just a list of transactions, a list of information, you tend to use more energy to win the chance to forge a new block on Bitcoin's blockchain, because those blocks are filled up faster and faster and faster. Each block is forwarded on the Bitcoin blockchain every 10 minutes. When you fill that block up faster, it means that more and more people are vying and jockeying for the chance to win the opportunity to forge a new block on the Bitcoin blockchain, because it's only a limit. The limit is 1 megabyte of transactional information that can be put into the block. Just a list of information, meaning it's not much you can, no, I said that wrong. It's not, how am I trying to say this? You have to charge people as much as you can, but still keep it at a low price to add their transactions to the blockchain, because there's only so much amount of information can be put into that block. SegWit increases the block size from 1 megabyte to 4 megabytes, meaning you could put 4 times the information into a block, meaning you don't have to charge as much to put transactions into a block, meaning you can charge, excuse me, charge lesser for charge less as a miner to okay transactions to a broader number of transactions compared to charging more to only a few transactions, if you understand what I'm saying. So that's why he was able to, or this $212 million transfer was able to pay $3.93 using a segregated witness Bitcoin address. And excuse me, I have $1 billion transaction took almost $400 to send because it did not use a segregated witness address. And the person who sent this money was an exchange. An exchange sent this money. This was an exchange sending this trans money, not a individual person. Okay, I don't like putting all this information on this browser. So let's move on. How you doing, Paul? How you doing, Mike V? All right. The Broke Genius says, my question is, what bank did he send the money to? I'm thinking, oh, I was sure. Nah, yeah. No, it was a crypto exchange that sent that much money. They just didn't use segregated witness address. They just pay higher fees, albeit still way lower than what's my cursor at? Than what you were send if you were sent through Western Union, TransferWise, or any other like bank account. Excuse me. Okay, so where we at? There we go. Small nations are true pioneers of cryptocurrency regulation. Whilst cryptocurrency regulation represents a huge headache to certain countries, it appears a huge opportunity to others. But how can a single asset class produce such polarized responses? Could it simply be down to state of mind? On the eighth day, Satoshi Nakamoto created Bitcoin, haha, and very few people even noticed. Throughout the early years of its existence, it gradually began to amass followers through word of mouth, but it was still considered the niche domain of the geek, and nothing for authorities to devote resources to. Okay. Everything changed forever in 2017 when Bitcoin price went from 1K to 20K, and Bitcoin itself went from nerdy subculture to front page news. Some made fortunes, some scam greedy punters. It's a lot of scams. It's a lot of scams. Governments had to do something. The first thing, I apologize. The first thing should probably have been to research and understand exactly what they were dealing with. But that would take too long. Instead, why not just shoehorn this cryptocurrency thing into existing financial regulations? Because it isn't like anything that came before. It's new and full of potential, and overzealous regulation could stifle innovation. Oops, it's too late. Rather than excuse me, rather than follow the path of, I got to drink some water. Rather than follow the path of the many, adapt the existing rules to fit something that were never designed for. Some countries took a different track. Countries like Estonia, Malta, and Belarus realized that they didn't have a rule book for Bitcoin and crypto to rip up, so they could start with a completely blank page. Excuse me. Unhampered by legal regulation, these countries were free to create an environment catering specifically for the benefit of their fledgling crypto industries. Imagine that, being able to make up your own rules to ensure you go ahead of the field. Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko tasked entrepreneur Viktor Prokopyeva with developing regulations to boost the country's tech sector. Following a meeting in March 2017, wow, they were early, huh? Well, before the bull run, working and get this, working with local IT firms and lawyers, working with them, Prokopyeva drafted guidelines to actively promote Belarus's emerging cryptocurrency ecosystem. The idea was to create something from scratch to make sure that it is free in some of the aspects it needs to be free, and very stringent in other aspects. End quote. So smaller nations are able to move quickly, are able to pivot quicker than a lot of larger nations. They don't have the crushing politics that a larger nations have that will not allow them to make a pivot and draft regulations pertaining to this new industry. A lot of small nations are actually leading the charge. Case in point, Binance. Well, even though Binance is not a nation, Binance is in a small nation. It's located. Its headquarters is in a small nation. It's in, excuse me, Malta. BitMEX, which is the second largest exchange, is in Seychelles, which is a a group of islands off the coast of East Africa, Madagascar, in the Indian Ocean. A lot of these exchanges are, case in point, Circle, it's not an exchange, it's a crypto firm. They move some of their office to Bermuda, which is the Hawaii of the Atlantic Ocean, in order to take advantage of they specifically took advantage of the regulation that the Bermudian government passed in 2018 that will allow them to um, exercise their international investment vehicles for international folks. And the specific reason they did that is because, like Jeremy Allaire said, who was the CEO of Circle, he said, well, the reason we move to some offices to I'd say Belarus to Bermuda was to take advantage of the regulatory that allowed them to flex a lot of their investment products. What to the crypto ATMs? You mean what about the crypto ATMs, J-Bo? Also, please hit the like button as you all come in. Cash is criminals' top pick. Yeah, it is. I agree with you, Paul. Cash is criminals' top pick. Got that? Yeah, I got an article that speaks to that. Uh, Circle is tied in with Ripple XRP. Okay. I would say not to the extent that you say, because they do own a crypto exchange. I don't know if you know, Circle owns Pundi X, and they're the developers. Them and Coinbase are the developers of USDC coin. Um, Goldman Sachs helped Pundi X. No, Goldman Sachs helped Circle. What in the hell was that? Goldman Sachs helped Circle purchase Pundi X for $400 million. You know, they're backer. So not to the extent that you're saying, TY City. Yeah, crypto ATMs are still around. No, no. Oh, I think you're trying to say because no. Okay, I think you misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that regulations in America are crippling and they are well to the point where there's a blanket ban on cryptocurrencies to the extent that India is doing. What I'm saying is the regulations in America are not clear enough to keep firms from either leaving America or uh, um, uh, deter firms from entering America. That's what I'm saying. No, the rules and regulations towards cryptocurrency in America is not to the point where Bitcoin ATM machines cannot exist. All right, let's get to some Pundi X. Who likes Pundi X? Yeah. Samsung's Galaxy S10 adds wallet app from blockchain phone rival Pundi X. Okay. All right, let's get easier. Okay. Goldman Sachs is MoneyGram too. While I read this, Ty City, can you please expound on that statement? Goldman Sachs is MoneyGram too. All right. Rival, excuse me, rival manufacturers of blockchain smartphones, Samsung and Pundi X appears to see the benefit of working together on crypto adoption. Announced by Pundi X in a blog post on Monday, the firms have entered a symbiotic relationship regarding their wallet tech, with Pundi X integrating Samsung's blockchain wallet and making its X wallet available on the Galaxy S10's phone's blockchain options. This presents a unique opportunity to push blockchain technology and blockchain based digital assets into the mainstream, reaching the millions of Samsung smartphone users around the world, the firm says in the post. Pundi X claims the news makes it the first fintech app in the Samsung S10's blockchain ecosystem. S10 users adding X Wallet to the Samsung blockchain phone will be able to move cryptocurrencies between the two apps. So between Samsung's app and between Pundi X's app. Pundi X suggests that users can use Samsung's wallet to store crypto securely, like a savings account, and moving them to the wallet checking account, which is Pundi X's, for use in payments. And the reason this is the reason that they're saying this. Pundi X added that with X Wallet recently becoming available on XPOS, the firm's blockchain point of sale device, more payment options will be on offer for S10 users as a result. X Wallet is also connected with XPass, Pundi X's NFC enabled crypto payment card product. So, excuse, what's happening here is this. A, congratulations to Pundi X. Good move. Good move. Pundi X said, hey, if you have a Samsung S10, you can move your cryptocurrency between the Samsung blockchain app, which they said would can act like a sales account, to the X wallet, Pundi X's X wallet, which act like a checking account where you to spend your cryptos. The reason they're saying that is because they're using that analogy is because Pundi X has the XPOS physical checkout thing. You know, when you at a counter at a store, you put your card into this little device. You know, the rectangle shaped device. Well, they have their version of that also, and other versions can just download the X wallet from Pundi X onto the system. And also, Pundi X has um, software with NFC enabled capability for you to pay with cryptos. That's why they're saying, hey, if you have cryptos on your Samsung phone, in order for you to spend them in more places, you could just transfer what you want to spend to the Pundi X wallet, because Pundi X ecosystem allows you to spend your cryptos at more places because they have the NFC, which is near field communications, tap and pay, and they have their own point of sale devices where you can just boop, tap and just keep moving on. So this is a really good move by Pundi X. And this is what I'm talking about with the when I talk about um what's what I'm looking for here, uh projects, you know, use cases. Just sending money across borders, it every coin does that. It's baked into the code. You know, crypto allows you to send money across. It's baked into the code. You know, it's that's not nothing new. I understand you'll be able to send money to other people straight to their phone, straight to this, or straight to that, straight to their bank account. But the top cryptos that do that are able to send money across borders will do that also. This is a perfect use case for Pundi X because, well, a perfect use case, not just for Pundi X, but Pundi X is showing a use case. You know, you're able to not send funds, that too, but to spend your funds at checkout counters. Just tap and pay. You can spend your crypto. This is what I'm talking about. You know, a reliable use case that you see that they're building upon, and Pundi X is actually doing that. Okay, excuse me. CR Frank said he loves Pundi. So Ty City says currently the company is 51% owned by Thomas H. Lee Partners and Goldman Sachs. All right, now see Ty Dollar. That's what I'm saying. Don't just, and this is just constructive criticism. Don't just say Goldman Sachs is MoneyGram too. What does that mean? What you just write shows in that you're able to intersect things where people can see, you know, get a clearer picture of the uh, the field. All right. Thank you, Running Woman. What's going on, CO? How you doing? All right. Now, exactly what I was talking about when I said that being able to send money across border is uh, every coin does that. Every is baked into the code. That is literally the initial design of Bitcoin, enable you to send money. That's it. You know, enable you to send money. But when you are another coin that's doing the exact same thing, you got Bitcoin is doing it. You have it's water. Libra that's doing it. Banks are doing it. Freaking not Streammate. Why did I say Stream? Why did I say Streammate? What the hell is Streammate? What's the name of this thing? Streamcast? StreamYard. Um, the reason Swift, these S's, God, these S's. Um, the reason Swift is not going to let go their number one incumbent position. Swift is working with Hyperledger Fabric in order to send money. MoneyGram. And then now you have Ripple. Even though Ripple allows you to send money across borders, dude, it. Oh my God, Ripple has multiple use cases now. They're not Ripple, but it's Xpring or somebody else. They're building a gaming unit, a gaming platform to use XRP. I forgot what it's called, but this foundation right here, we, it's hot as hell. Golly. We went over an article maybe 3 weeks ago that said XRP gave Xpring, which is their innovation arm, $500 million to come up with new ways to utilize the XRP token. One moment, please. All right, the Ripple Effect new foundation focuses on creating killer apps for XRP. The fund's website, which is I clicked on one, it's not really an intuitive website right now. It don't really, it's not straightforward. Is what I'm trying to say. Says that the oops, Netherlands Space Foundation will be used to support the development of tools, apps, integrations, them plugins, to make it easier to use XRP for consumer and small business payments. You see what I'm saying? It's a freaking whole foundation that's literally there in order to outside of the project. And we're not even talking about Xpring. This is just another foundation that's used to create use cases on top of use cases on top of use cases for the XRP ecosystem. The site also goes into detail about how the fund was formed a few months ago. Over 90 exchanges were tested by some of the XRP community members. The XRP ledger implementation, different transaction types were tested and results were sent to the exchanges. Some exchanges decided to reward the community for their efforts. We, the tested community members, decided to use the bounties to start the XRP community fund. The founder of the Ripple-backed startup XRPL Labs, We Say Wind, is one of the directors and board members of the fund. It's a freaking director, dude. It's a board. So far, the vast majority of the foundation's earmarked funds has gone to him, with 17,464 XRP, currently worth about $5,385, devoted to his super awesome secret project. That the site says will definitely help the rollout of new XRPL payment initiatives. It promises more news in Q3. So, help with it will definitely help the rollout of new XRPL payment initiative. So they're incentivizing people to come up with new ways to use the XRP token ecosystem. The fund also donated 4,635 XRP to help develop a WooCommerce payment plugin. Do you all know what this is? WooCommerce is a plugin for what's that platform? It's on top of my tongue. I got like 8 things on top of my tongue, like things I'm thinking about. Golly, what's the name of the platform? Its websites use it. Da 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 da. I can't remember, but it's a plugin for that. So they're trying to develop a plugin for you to send people XRP to that platform. Um, Golly, is it Shopify or is it the other one? I can't. I keep thinking about Xspring, but it's not that. Oh my God, I can't get around. Okay. 1,343 XRP to cover Google BigQuery costs for Thomas Silkjer's visualization of the XRP ledger. The visualization of the XRP ledger. So now you get a visual of the ledger, meaning transactions being sent, like a trippy visualization of it. WordPress, you got it. Thank you. Digital Underground WordPress. Yeah, so they're trying to develop a plugin for WordPress where you can send XRP to people on WordPress. And 2,266 XRP for a paid Slack subscription for the 20 plus community UNL validated nodes. Speaking of Slack, we do have our blockchain classes on Slack. I'm going to get I caught up with my stuff, so I'm going to get very interactive with that. The site provides a link for people to add and check new suggestions for project funding. So they're building programs and use cases, and they're incentivized to use the XRP token. XRP will be used for institutions and governments to send large amounts of money across border, allowing governments to take back these notional accounts where they have to keep large amounts of money in other countries' accounts, free up liquidity for them, and just use XRP as a bridge currency. XRP will not become a world reserve currency. It's just a bridge currency. On top of that, you're literally seeing these people create other use cases for the XRP token. So when we say don't just look at these blockchains and ledgers as they are now, look at what they can be. Yes, they are. For them to be worth $1 billion now, imagine what they will be in the future, man. Let's play a little game here. What if you all? Okay, is this thing scrolling? Oh my God. Okay, so what if you all had 17,464 XRP? Because this thing said the foundation earmark funding. 17,464 XRP has gone to We'd Say When. I think last time I heard, he was developing a Twitter tip bot. But would you all be happy with, okay, who would be happy with 17,464 XRP? Anybody? Or do you think you would accumulate more? I like to ask the question. Hey, I'm getting this from the article. We say Win got 17K XRP ZERPs. So who else would want 17K XRP, or would you want more? Oh man, this browser is slow. I guess nobody don't want no XRP. Okay, all right. Well, more for me, right? Okay, well, all right. Guess nobody don't want no XRP. Okay. Speaking of use cases, U.S. supermarket giant Safeway. All right, XRP for the long run for me says CR Frank. All right, that's what I'm talking about right there. All right, TY Sydney. All right. Super. You know what? This thing is slow. It ain't me. It's my bad. So, U.S. supermarket giant. TY City. Don't say how much you're holding. Just you're breaking the golden rule of crypto. Yeah. Don't tell your bag, bro. You're breaking the top golden rule of crypto. Well, one of the top three golden rules of crypto. Don't tell nobody how much you're holding. Don't tell your bags, dude. All right, U.S. supermarket giant Safeway launches Bitcoin rewards and new partnership. Safeway. I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with Safeway, so I think that's a West Coast thing, right? I think it's like a mountain to the mountainous area to West Coast thing. Online shoppers can do. Online shoppers can now stack Sats. Excuse me, stack Sats as they check off. Is anybody else on here? Okay, well, it's just me. My bad. Can stack Sats as they check off their weekly grocery lists. Lolly, a rebate service that rewards customers with Bitcoin for shopping at partner websites, has now formed a partnership with Safeway, the top grocer in Washington, Colorado, and California. Yeah, it was. Lolly users can now receive 3.5% back in Bitcoin on all online purchases at Safeway.com. According to the company, get down here. This marks the first major collaboration between a major grocery chain and a Bitcoin rewards company in the United States. So Lolly is a Bitcoin rewards company, and I think the 3.5% is all in on all. I think Lolly is partnered with 900 stores across the world. I think it's the world. I'm pretty sure about the 900 number. I don't know if it's. Yeah, it has to be the world, dude. It has to be the world. Um, and you're able to get if you spend money on these exchanges, you're able to get 3.5%. Not exchanges, these stores via Lolly. You're able to get 3.5% in Sats in Satoshis. Yeah, this marks the first major collaboration between a major grocery chain and a Bitcoin rewards company in the United States. Lolly CEO and co-founder Alex Adelman spoke to Yahoo Finance about the new developments. Right now, we're trying to make Bitcoin accessible to everybody, and we have over 750 merchants online. Okay, my bad, not 900, 750. So we're trying to make Bitcoin part of everybody's daily life. Lolly is you can do this a lot, but 3.5% back in Bitcoin. I mean, just for shopping, you can't beat that with a bet. No, you can't. Get your Satoshis. If you know what Satoshi is, it's a denomination of a Bitcoin. 100 million Satoshis. Yeah, 100 million Satoshis equals one full Bitcoin. Much like, very much like how 100 pennies equals one full dollar. But Safeway, ladies and gentlemen, for all you all that are in the Washington, Colorado, California area, the West Coast, the western part of the United States, West Coast area, stack your sats, man. Stack your sats. Spend your money on these exchanges, well, at these stores at Safeway, and stack your sats, man. We stack sats over here. All right, so Bitcoin darknet spending 800 times lower than fiat money laundering research. Look at this. Look at what we have here. Bitcoin contributes 800 times less value to the world's money laundering total than fiat, new data suggests. The result of fresh research from analysis firm Messari, the giant figure adds to the increasing stack of evidence that cryptocurrency does not play a large role in, illicit financial activity worldwide. According to Messari, which released its findings on July 16, for every dollar in Bitcoin spent on the darknet, $800 in fiat is laundered. For every dollar in Bitcoin, $800 in fiat is laundered. That is a huge amount. That's like saying I will give you a 800 to 1 deal that, you know, the Browns win the Super Bowl. What? For every dollar in Bitcoin, $800 is spent in fiat. The company said it decided to produce the statistics as a result, as a direct response to recent criticism of Bitcoin by politicians, especially in the US, where Congress held several hearings dedicated to cryptocurrency last week. As Bitcoiners reported, testimony from lawmakers featured the full spectrum of cliches regarding Bitcoin, with naysayers repeatedly focusing on perceived criminal activity. They do. That's the number one thing. Like, we want to make sure you're not financing terrorism. We want to make sure that you're not money laundering. We want to make sure that you're not criminals. Uh, that punk ass dollar you're using is more likely to be financing terrorism, to be money laundered, and to be um, used by criminals than my Bitcoin. So they give these boilerplate responses. Oh, what about the criminals? And I just want to say, well, what about the criminals using fiat? You don't stop them, do you? You don't tell them to stop what they doing. No, but you want to tell us to stop doing what we doing. No. Despite multiple research projects, okay. Despite multiple research projects concluding the risk Bitcoin poses to financial stability due to money laundering is negligible. It's negligible. Despite multiple research projects concluding the risk Bitcoin poses to financial stability due to money laundering is negligible. Politicians continue to claim threat is much higher. You can't make this up, man. 800 times more fiat is used in money laundering. Like I said before, that criminal that got his life together, he got a degree, he a hard working man, beating the pavement 9 to 5 every day, got his degree. If he had only used fiat currency back in 2013 to sell them drugs to somebody, he would have been scot-free. But no, he had to use Bitcoin. And now look at him, he caught up. Why? Because those transactions are not forgotten. Should have used fiat, dude. You would have got away with selling them drugs. Where's my cursor at? Oh, there it go. Also, please hit the like button as you all come in. We really do appreciate you watching the show. Bitcoin no longer desirable option for criminals, says CoinCoiner CEO. CoinCoiner. The sentencing of the CEO of the now defunct darknet marketplace Silk Road shows that Bitcoin usage by criminals is in the past. According to Danny Scott, CEO of Isle of Man-based Bitcoin exchange CoinCoiner. It's really, let me jump down here. Danny Scott, CEO of Isle of Man-based Bitcoin exchange CoinCoiner, says that Davis' sentencing shows that Bitcoin usage by criminals is in the past. I skipped two paragraphs because they just talk about drugs. In a press release to Cointelegraph, Scott stated that Bitcoin is no longer a desirable option for criminals, citing CoinCoiner's previous Bitcoin-related investigations alongside with British crime units, which indicate a decline in Bitcoin criminal activity. A decline in Bitcoin criminal activity. He also cited findings by US-based blockchain intelligence firm Chainalysis, which reported earlier this year that illicit transactions comprised less than 1% of all Bitcoin activity in 2018, down from 7% in 2012. So at its height, it was only 7%. Goodness. In the press release, CoinCorner CEO Bitcoin's considered Bitcoin's anonymity as a common myth, arguing that Bitcoin is actually pseudonymous, which means that all transactions are recorded on the blockchain forever. Forever. As such, Bitcoin is a poor choice of currency for criminals, Scott concluded. On July 1, Bloomberg reported on another Chainalysis research that suggested that the amount of Bitcoin spent on illegal transactions this year could hit a record high of $1 billion. Billion would be a billy, despite the dwindling share of criminal activity. According to the report, the total value of Bitcoin spent on illicit activities as of July is estimated to comprise 515 million. So yes, the amount is going up, but the market cap of Bitcoin is going up exponentially compared to that. So it is, wow, I'm losing my words tonight. Even though the market cap is because the market cap is going up, the amount of criminal, not the amount spent on criminal activity. That's not to say that there's more criminal activity, but the amount they're spending is more because you can get more bang for your buck. But yeah, this is interesting. It's a poor value. It's a poor choice for currency for criminals because those transactions are forever on the blockchain. You know, you it's like saying, hey, I dealt drugs or did something illegal, but it's only a matter of time before I get caught. And you know you're going to get caught at the most inopportune time, like on your wedding day, you know, right when you decide to get your life in order. Nope, you going to jail, buddy. When you're mining Bitcoin, it's a risk because you're going up against people who have more equipment. That's something for Miss Archie to talk about. Me, I only dabble in what is cryptocurrency, and the closest thing to mining I dabble in is the Lightning Network. Yeah, CR Frank has a good reply for you, Castle Dragon. Let's get to the next one. Next to last. Now check this out. Bitcoin mining may prove useful for gas well owners. Now keep in mind that 74% of all Bitcoin is mined from renewable energies. Gas companies in Canada are utilizing trapped natural gas, otherwise flared, to the atmosphere for Bitcoin mining, creating a useful application for illiquid energy. Now, when you look at like a mining field, a gas or oil mining field, you see those tall poles that stick up, and that fire that's coming from that, that's what this is what they're talking about. Why flare when you can mine Bitcoin? Canadian gas companies in Alberta are developing means of utilizing natural gas to power Bitcoin mining farms. This revelation is according to Francois Pouloy of Canada-based Bitcoin mining firm Bull Bitcoin. Tweeting on Wednesday, Pouloy says this trend could become useful for gas companies. An excerpt from the tweet reads, Bitcoin solves a massive problem for thousands. So, um, Castle Dragon, you're going to be competing against thousands, at least 1,000 gas mining companies and mining Bitcoin. So, yeah, um, Bitcoin solved a massive problem for thousands of gas well owners. There is overwhelming demand to monetize trapped illiquid energy. With prices declining over the years, well operators have become decentivized to collect and transport natural gas. The gas needs to be removed to maintain downhole pressure. To end res- the end result is the gas getting flared, burning continuously in an open flame without any energy recovery. In comes Bitcoin mining. Operators cannot, however, flare natural gas ad infinitum as environmental regulators usually have strict limits, which upon reaching the threshold, the wells have to be shut down. And once they shut down, nobody making money. Now, gas companies can go another route. Install Bitcoin mining ASICs or application in specific integrated circuits and use the natural gas to power the process. This, excuse me, this revelation also enforces the idea of Bitcoin mining acting as a buyer of last resort, as noted, as reported, as noted by CoinShares in its latest report. My voice is going hoarse here. As reported by Bitcoiners, CoinShares says renewable energy power more than 74% of total Bitcoin mining activity. Also, the revelation flies in the face of the usual ocean boiling narrative espoused by critics. Bitcoin mining is incentivizing companies to seek greener methods of dealing with petrol gas. So now you have a company, companies, an industry which is gas well mining that can also mine for gas and mine Bitcoin at the same time. Ain't that amazing? You gotta say excuse me, that's pretty cool, man. I'm sorry, that's pretty cool. Get to our last article here. The Satoshi is finally on the verge of getting its own symbol. We're gonna learn something tonight. Lightning Labs and Square House sparked a friendly competition to give the Satoshi, the smallest unit of Bitcoin, its own symbol. Excuse me. It started after Desiree Dickerson, the head of operations at Lightning Labs, asked Square Crypto if they could crowdsource a symbol from the community on Twitter. Square Crypto is owned by Jack Dorsey, who also owns Twitter, and Square Crypto owns Cash App. Each Bitcoin can be broken up into 100 million Satoshis, similar to the way $1 equals 100 pennies. Expressed as a number, one Satoshi equals 0.000000001 BTC. In order for Bitcoin to attain widespread adoption as a currency, the Satoshi will likely have to stand on its own and become widely used and understood. Although Bitcoin has hit the mainstream vernacular, newcomers to the space are slow to realize that it's possible to buy, sell, and transfer fractions of the leading cryptocurrency. So you got a little graph here that shows how much one Satoshi equals in Bitcoin, how much. So you see the one is way at the back there. How much 100,000 Satoshis equals, how much 1 million Satoshis equals. A million Satoshis equal around 100 something dollars. So a million Satoshis equals $100. About 100, I say 125, $130. Last week it was about $95. So let's say Bitcoin goes to $1 million. You can make yourself a millionaire with a little over $100. Ain't that something? That's I just throw that out there. I'm not saying that Bitcoin will reach under $1 million. 10 million Satoshis equals, see what a one is at, and 100 million Satoshis equals one full Bitcoin. Excuse me. Once the Satoshi symbol challenge began on Twitter, entries quickly started pouring in. Here's a look at a few of the submissions. I don't like this first submission. It doesn't stand out. It looks like it'll get buried next to Bitcoin. It doesn't, you know, it's like you took the dollar sign and added an at symbol to it. This next one looked like this is an absolute no. Remember when you were younger, they used to draw those three lines at the top and three lines at the bottom and say connect the dots. A little game, little girls. The girls you like. The girls you like, hit a crush on. The group of them had play in the corner of the class, in their own section of the class. That's what they look like. This is better, but it looks like a special key in on the keypad. It look like it's like a special key on your phone keypad. It don't look like a symbol for Satoshi. This one is they just took an S and took the two lines from Bitcoin. It looks nice, you know, your BS. But I don't know. I feel like something can be better. I feel like if we settle on this version of the symbol, we'll be missing out on a better. We'll be missing out on a better version. Let me know what y'all think. This one looks better, but it looks like the first one. Well, the previous one, look with the line in it, and those two lines aren't even uneven satoshis. Yeah, needs to be in. CR Frank says needs to be an orange S with two lines. Yeah, CR Frank, you're right. One satoshi is worth more than a couple national currencies like the Vietnamese dong. Definitely, that's the end of the article. The Vietnamese dong, the um, Venezuelan petro, forgot whichever ones. But yeah, that's the end of the show, you all. I'll sit here and answer some questions. What kind of questions y'all got for me? You like the one with the circle around the symbol? It looks like an S with the at sign at it, man. Y'all have any questions? Y'all have any questions? Oh, Justin's son, man. Justin's son. He's doing too much. He's doing absolutely too much. So you all know he had that lunch with, was supposed to have that lunch with Warren Buffett, right? Check this out. Outside of the controversy that, the real reason as to why he may have postponed that lunch, outside of that controversy, he said he postponed it because he had what's that? Stones, urine stones. That guess what this guy did? He went to an influencer's party later on that night and stayed a while. Did an interview, stayed a while. That's not a good look. All of these controversies surrounding him. Remember, and this is just recent. A mob of people stormed an affiliate that the Tron Foundation is partnered with. They stormed that affiliate's Beijing office because they said that it was a Ponzi scheme in China. They were using their name, like Tron in China in Chinese means like super something. I don't know. I forgot. I forgot. It's like super friends something. And this Ponzi scheme was using a derivative of their name. They used the same name, but like added another word and said, "Well, we're associated with the Ponzi, with the Tron Foundation." But the problem is, Justin's son did not, you know, stump that in the mud. Said, "No, you're not." People speculated that he was profiting off that, and all of this recent controversy. See, the thing is, when people constantly hear this, and albeit the move he did to have lunch with Warren Buffett, genius. In my opinion, I liked it. I loved it. Genius. But that is overshadowed by all this crap he's been in. It's like, well, every time it's like Justin, every time you're the face of Tron, every time you do something stupid, the price dips. So if I got some money into Tron, every time I look up, every time I see a story on Justin's son doing something stupid, I know I'm about to lose some money. So people are not going to invest in the Tron, because he keep doing stupid stuff. No, Castle Dragon, not all cryptocurrencies are mined the same way. The mining process is a consensus protocol, proof of work. You have proof of stake, delegated proof of stake, visiting fault tolerance, designated for visiting fault tolerance, proof of this, proof of that, proof of space, proof of it's a lot of different ways. Not to say all of them are used equally. You have your dominant um, consensuses, but yeah, short answer, they're not all mined the same way. Yeah, bro, man, see, our friend, he is walking on eggshells. He do, and get this, that $4.6 million he spent. Word is, it caught the ire of Chinese individuals because they're saying, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! You spending 4.6? If you ever heard him speak, he speak with that. He even though he live in well, they say he lives in San Francisco. You could tell he's fresh from China because when he speak English, he speaks that broken English. Like he understands what you're saying, but when he speaks it back to you, he speaks that broken English. And so China's like, whoa, 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 you spending $4.6 million in America? No, no, we gotta see what's going on here. Is he in so much controversy, dude? But people still are investing in the Tron. You know, yeah, they do. Chinese government do got tabs on him. They do. Did you know he owns a social media platform in China, and he was an early investor in the Tesla? Yeah, man. But I thank you all for tuning in. Hit the like button as you all come in. I appreciate y'all coming in and listening to the show. I'm gonna get on up out of here. Out of here. Hope you all had a great show. Also, please like, comment, hit that big red subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. And peace. Hope you all have a great day. and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.